So in this video today, I'll be talking about how universities mark essays and how you can get good grades and know exactly what they're looking for. Because at the end of the module handbook for each course, there should be what's known as a rubric marking scheme, or when you go into your Turnitin, Moodle, etc., it will say there, it will show you what your marking scheme is and where you get your marks from. So in this video, I've made a table divided into 4 different slides to show what sort of things universities are looking for. So the first thing the criteria for marking is knowledge and understanding, right? So you see here, for every subject, for every lecturer, they'll make something like this, right? And then they'll judge each section and give it appropriate weighting, right? So for this one, the rubric marking scheme is like by grades. Some of them will be like by percentages, like 10%, 15%, 20%. So for knowledge and understanding, it might be 30%. For argumentation and analysis, it might be 25%. For referencing, it might be 20%, maybe 15%, might be 10%. Yeah, we look here at A1, which is the highest grade. So it says here, highly sophisticated level of knowledge and understanding, showing a comprehensive and accurate grasp of all main theory concept ideas. And then if you compare that with A2, sophisticated level of knowledge and understanding, showing a comprehensive and accurate grasp of all main theory concept datas. And as you go down, for A3, it's excellent level. For B's, it's good knowledge understanding demonstrated. For a pass, it's reasonable level of knowledge. For a D, it's basic understanding. And for a fail, it's fail to grasp the theory. So that would be your first marks where that comes from. So when a lecturer sees that, an essay that you've written, or a lab report, or even group work, the first category they'll go to is knowledge and understanding and grade it by that. So if your first section is like an A1, they'll give you that, you know. So they would assign for your first section regarding knowledge understanding a grade out of that. So it might be 10%, might be 15%, might be 25% out of the 25. Or in this case, it'll be an A1, A2, A3. Yeah. The next section they might look at specifically for that task is argumentation and analysis. Like you see here, the difference between A1 and A2 is this represents either a new approach to a topic or a very thorough overview of traditional arguments. Same with A3, same as A3, but further sophistication in the argument. For an A3, it says demonstrates comprehensive knowledge of the topic in broader context. For a B, it's good. For a C, it's average, and for a D, so they'll be looking at your work and judging by that and see, yeah, okay, how is this thingy? How is this? What level does this come to? For knowledge and understanding, you might get an A1. For argumentation analysis, you can end up with a B, right? Or vice versa. And then for the F, which is 0 to 39%, it is failure to address the question and/or interpretation is inappropriate. Little attempt to present any evaluation analysis. I'll be very honest with you, see people that end up in this category, the Fs, 0 to 39. This is basically because they generally don't have a clue what they're doing. They've just submitted anything, you know. Most people will end up with 44% or above, you know. Because even if you submit something, but it's to an average standard, you're still going to end up with like 45 to 55% anyway, depending. So next section could be research and reading. So once again, excellent range and depth of research and reading, which uses highly relevant methods, sources, and shows innovation and originality. What does that mean? How much journals have you used? Have you looked at your topic in depth, right? And compare that to an F where you've not used any journals at all. Research and reading is scant and irrelevant. And then if you look the difference between the A2 to the Ds, it's basically how much research you're doing, how much is demonstrated. So how much have you went into depth of your topic, into your essay? Have you got sound arguments? Have you done good analysis? And then finally, the two other ones are presentation referencing and skills in written English. So the amount of marks that people use because of references. So let's have a look at what makes a difference between an A1 and a fail, right? So formatting is consistent, error-free and impressive. Word count is within the approved range. Appendices are relevant, appropriate, clearly presented. The Harvard referencing system in this case is used correctly, consistently throughout. All references cited in the text are included in a reference list. So if your presentation references section is worth 20%, If you've made no errors, you get your 20% straight away from there. Yeah, and as you go down to the A2, A3, so for the A3 it would say there are some errors, right? And then as you go down, it would just be for the F, formatting is frequently erroneous or inconsistent. Word count is significantly inappropriate, too long or too short. So if you've got too much of a word count or too short, you'll lose marks for that. Non-standard unapproved reference system used. So basically, you've not followed the instructions. If they've asked for Harvard, use Harvard. If they've asked for Vancouver, use Vancouver. And that 20% for this referencing, if it is 20% which they judge it at, or 50%, that can make a difference between an A, B, C. Yeah. Then finally, something else that can be added in is skills in written English. How is your language? How is your grammar? Your spelling? Is it correct and appropriate throughout your dissertation or essay? Dissertation in this case. There are some errors regarding language, grammar, and spelling. There are frequent and major errors regarding language, grammar, and spelling. Basically, each section is defined a certain percentage. So the whole essay is judged by parts, right? And for each part, whatever you score, then gives you your total. So some people might go in there thinking that, okay, right, I've written a fantastic essay, right, but I'm not bothering with referencing, and they might think that, all right, I'm only get 80%. Not gonna work like that, because each section has its weight and each has an impact upon the final score. So that's the end of this video for this one. Yeah, I'll be uploading more tips as well in the future, but probably from next week I'll be going back to science again and teaching microbiology. Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. Bye bye.